Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and towards um, charge of. Hope you're well. How's everybody doing? Thumbs up. Okay, if you're not, thumbs down. Endeavor is all good. Okay, guys, thank you. We're going into day two, um, and we're going to spend some time just making sure that we are all on the same page. And I've just seen with the previous team now the changing to a different way of collection is not easy. And I don't want you guys to beat yourselves up. It's not easy. I see that. I've seen it now with the teams. Even last week um, on the RCS side, it's not easy. It takes a while, and so team leaders and two ICs, you play us very, very important role. That every day, as I said, tomorrow in your buzz sessions, please open examples of the treatment plan if you can see it, or whatever we've learned as a technique. Um, and then you in your bar sessions, and I'll talk to you about some of the things that you just need to do on a daily basis. Remember, things become a habit after 28 days of just constant practice, and we want to be number one consistently. We want our agents to be you agents to be earning comms every single month, the two ICs and team leaders as well. So this is critical that we embrace the change. It is different to what you're used to. I acknowledge that. As I said, we've tested this method already in January with the Tenacity team and Voice Bank team, ITCON team, if I'm not mistaken, not ITCON, Kiro, etc. Not easy. So, but if you speak to those guys over time, it becomes a habit. Okay, so let's just go quickly through what we've spoken about. What a smart agent is. Smart agent, with the help of the team leaders in your team, it's important every day to know that today is the 28th, the 29th. What is unique about Truworth's charge of? Do you get handovers now? Do you get it on the 12th? Or, what kind of campaigns are you busy with now? Can anybody help in answering me there?
Okay, Craig, I'm going to assist you.
Yeah.
So, towards charge off, currently we're not getting any handovers. We
Okay.
lost mandate on this book. So,
Yeah.
we're only maintaining the paying accounts and accounts where we already receive handovers previously, but we don't
Yeah.
have arrangements on them.
So it's paying accounts. So there's lost mandate.
Mm-hmm,
No new handovers.
mm-hmm.
It's paying accounts, and also so you work in accounts where there's no arrangements.
Yes, but we got only 556 accounts where there's no arrangements.
Right. Okay, cool. Anything else? So is it in total how many accounts do you have? Do you know? You don't have to
I
answer
know,
me.
I can tell you, I've got it.
No, I don't need to know it now. You can always message me just now. I just want to understand. So we're working with paying accounts. So what would your campaigns be?
Okay, so we've got on defaulters, we got 2,931 accounts.
Yeah.
Accounts that we have paying, but they're not in arrears, but that's 3,380 accounts. So we work active. On our active campaigns, we get our normal defaulters as well as our reminders. We work defaulters on its own and we work a handover all campaign. So there's only three campaigns that they work.
Is it so? But there's no new handover.
Mm. It's a handover all campaign. So that 556 accounts that
Yeah.
has no arrangement that falls under the handover all account.
Okay. Okay. So let me test my understanding. You're working. You're not. You've lost mandate, correct? You're now working accounts that you have already that's paying, and accounts that you have it's with you, but there's no arrangements in place. Am I correct in my understanding?
Yes,
Thank
you
you.
are.
In the accounts that you have, there's defaulters, correct? And the accounts that are paying that are not in arrears. Is that correct?
Yeah, because remember these are charge off accounts. So remember, they will have to settle with us in order for the account to go back to the EDC.
So when you said earlier on they are paying but not in arrears, what does it mean? There's 3,000 accounts.
Okay, so those accounts, remember when their accounts came to us, they had an arrear amount. But because it was charged off, remember, only when that account is settled and paid in full can we give it back to towards, because those debtors aren't able to purchase on these accounts again. Whereas in online, when they settle the arrears, they're allowed to purchase. But with the accounts that
Okay.
we work, they'll have to reapply for credit.
And finally, oh, thank you for that. And do you offer discount settlements?
We have a 20% discount settlement on this.
Okay. So as a smart team leader, what method did I use as a smart agent with you just now? It's right in front of you.
You
First
asked
of
me
all,
my strategy.
yeah. So, which part of me being a smart agent did I use with you as a technique? First of all, secondly, who was doing all the talking?
Me?
Awesome. So, do you see what I mean by smart collector as well? I was asking you questions, you were doing all the giving me all the answers, right? And guess what I also did with you is as you gave me information, I was trying to indicate to you that I'm listening to you by repeating the information you already given to me. Does it make sense? So that's a very good example of what we should be doing during our calls, especially when it comes down to what is the reason for you not paying? Why did you stop paying on this date? Right? Why are you paying this amount? Oh, so you're paying this amount because of, right? Does it make sense? Secondly,
Yes.
you see, so I was just trying to display. Thank you for the information. It helped me a lot. But the whole idea behind it was also to kind of display what active listening can be like. It's not only about us talking all the time. So I was pretending to be the collector. I'm gathering information. I've now recorded the information as well. And so obviously you're responding differently. And you'll see just now how this plays out. Okay. But thank you for that. It's very useful. Yeah, just give me 2 seconds. I just have to sort out the connection. Just 1 second, please. Okay, sorry for that, guys. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm having fun with the internet and load shedding. So really sorry about that. Okay, but I think, guys, being a smart collector, it's actually just helped us. Where we're working in a very unique environment. So, Segri, the testing that I've listened well as a smart agent, and I'm hoping you'll call me a smart agent afterwards. That you work various campaigns, you're no longer getting new handovers. So obviously, it's important for us as a team that we're getting the accounts that are paying, getting them to settle, right? Because that's good for our income and whatever the case may be. They are also paying accounts that don't that we have to kind of manage to make sure that they continue paying. Then the accounts that do not have any arrangements, and those are the accounts that we will be working. And obviously the other campaigns we work in, the guys that do have arrangements that are not, that's kind of defaulting on the arrangements. And then we also do offer on the odd occasion discount. So that's important for me. Important skill for me to have as a smart agent is to ask these questions. Remember, the rule around it is um, ask a question that you have an answer for already. So we'll talk about that just now as we look at the C4. Ask about their last payment if it's available. Check if they're receiving SMSs and emails, and also check if they understand consequences. But I'll show you now how we normally do it and how we're going to do it going forward. Regarding the money, we are clear what amounts we need to be asking. working in our charge or space. We want to get them down to settling. So the higher the amount we negotiate, the better for us. Method of payment, I think that you guys have been telling me quite clear. If there's any opportunity for a discount, let's offer that for them to them, which will then help us achieve our goals here. Most importantly, on the two last ends of the R for refer and treatment plan, in your call with them, always try to refer the debtor to actions that they've made or things that they've said in the past, that's recorded on the treatment plan in your negotiation, such as the default reasons they used the last time, asking whether they receive emails or SMSs, because these guys sometimes pretend they've never heard of us before. And I think if you just kind of realize your role as a smart agent is that we are thinking now all the time. We need to move away from where we just going through a script to where we're now asking questions on information that's lying in front of us. And that's not easy. I can already tell you now. Please be warned, this is not easy. Okay, but Segre and the team is going to guide you through this. We're going to go through the screens every day. We're going to follow all the techniques that we're going to share with you. We've now figured out what campaigns we're working, so you should be comfortable with that. We're going to talk today and how you're going to use this, the treatment plan. And then there are going to be certain outcomes. You're going to speak to the right person. Sometimes you speak to a third party. Sometimes you'll speak to the right person, but they ask you to call back. And then sometimes they'll drop the call. So that's kind of the stuff that happens to us when we are dealing with the collections with debtors. And thanks, Agri, for giving us a lekker example here. Can you just confirm that this is a charge of account? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to quickly, not quickly, I'm going to share with you now. We can use this as a smart agent. Now, obviously, we got very little time during the call or before the call, and for that reason, we've done the color coding for you. So you can see here the arrangements. Orange could mean that there was some sort of arrangement. You can see there's a debit order that's due on the 25th of September, right? So you can see there's something happening in the August space that it's got orange moving towards red. There was some work done on the 23rd of August with this debtor. But we've seen the previous month is the debit order came back to unreturned. So there's a strong possibility that there's going to be a problem here going forward. We also noticed that there's been a payments made up until April. So something happened here. Why did they stop paying after April? So that's a question I'm going to ask. What's happened after April? I've then thankfully, Segri, this is good to see that the team updated this, but financial issues doesn't help me. Unemployed does help me. But now I'm going to say, well, you're unemployed in the 8th of August. That's what the last he told us. But when was your last payment? Right? 28th of August. So you tell me you're unemployed and then you pay a few days later. That's interesting. And then another challenge that if I was a team leader to say, look, why is 860 the minimum amount? And they owe us 8,300. Why did we ask for 200? Now it could be, Segre, the reason could be that we tried to activate the account, or we've tried to activate the account. Yes or no? And but we know there's a debit order issue. We need to sort that out. And we also know that there's quite a few SMSs in going to this account. Another thing that stands out is there's no email address. So there's been attempts made by the dialer to call. Last time we did make contact, and the promise to pay was captured. So yeah. So what would this call be? Anybody? What would be the purpose for this call? Anyone? Why are we calling this data? Go for it.
Hi, Craig.
Hi.
Yes, we're calling this data because she defaulted. She was supposed to pay on the 26th, 200 Rand
Yep.
of August.
Right. And then what happened?
No payment was received.
Right. So where did you see that? So where did you see that you're supposed to pay on the
There's a cash payment there.
Where is it? Do I go left, right? Where do you want me to look?
Right.
Right here. Right. So what does it show you? It shows 23rd of August, debit order was set up. And when was the debit order set up?
Autumn.
right? Bottom
Cash payment that was supposed to be done on the 26th.
of August. Okay.
Yes.
And what happened?
That's what we want to find out, right? When we're calling this
Right.
data.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Lovely. So there's a thing, but there's also PTP due. Also another, see another update just above that, 23rd of August. What happened there? You see there? There's a
That debit
debit
order,
order.
yes, I'm still here.
Yeah.
The
And when
debit
is
order
it?
is for September, is for next month.
Right. So what do you think this call could be two campaigns. What do you think it is? They've defaulted, which you've picked up on in August. Yes.
Yes, it's a defaulter and the reminder for next
A
month.
reminder. Yes, as you smart. So you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna stay on the phone now. Let's start with you.
What? Uh,
So we're gonna do a
Bye-bye.
role play. We're gonna be so the debtor will be Craig now. Can you see the treatment plan? So I'll be
It's
the
gonna be
debtor. I'll be the debtor. Craig now with all the other my ID number is that ID number you see. My cell number is there. Put
oh,
the account and
president.
just kind of figure out what questions you're gonna ask me. We're gonna do a role
Okay.
play now.
Okay.
You just figure out what questions you want to ask me because you now know that this is you've defaulted. Yep, number one and number two, there's a problem here that you've got. There's also a reminder call. So let's see how we deal with it. Okay, you ready to make the call? Tell me if you want to look at the screen some more.
No, I think I'm ready.
Are you ready? Okay, guys. First of all, give her a hand for being brave to start first. Well done. Your colleagues got your back. Don't worry. Your colleagues has got your back. Okay. Right. So let me just check something quickly for you. Okay. The phone is ringing. Hello.
Good day, Craig. Now, how are you?
It's not Craig now. Would you like to speak to?
I'd like to speak to Mr. Craig now.
He's not here.
He's not available. Okay, who am I speaking with? I must use. Okay, sorry, Craig. Must I use this exactly the that's a surname and initials or your
Okay.
initials?
Okay. Let's start.
Because
Let's
this
start
is a
again.
woman, yeah.
Listen carefully. The ID number on this screen is mine. Cell phone is mine. My name. The name of the data is Craig now. How's that? Everything else
Okay,
is perfect on there. Let's start
all right.
again.
So it's
Phone
you.
is ringing. Hello.
Good day, Mr. Craig. Now, how are you?
This is not Craig speaking. Who's calling?
You're speaking with Nakolo. I would like to speak with Mr. Craig now. Who am I
He's not
speaking with?
here. His husband.
Husband.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is he available to speak to?
Who's speaking?
You're speaking with Nakolo from a
Where
debt
you call
collection company.
debt collection? Is he in debt?
Yes, no, he's no, 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 sorry.
Why are you laughing?
No, sorry, Craig, sorry. I just remembered that we're not allowed to say debt collection.
Sorry, I don't know who you're talking to. Hello? Who's
So,
there?
Craig, let's start afresh.
No, hello? Who's speaking? You said you're calling from a debt collection company.
Please, let's start afresh.
Hello? You said you're calling from a debt collection company. Why are you calling my
Okay, I'm
husband?
calling from VVM.
VVM. Who's VVM?
It's a debt collection company.
What's going on? Is my husband in arrears somewhere?
Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to disclose personal information, so I would like to speak with him.
Personal information. So what is this call about? Why are you calling about personal information from VVM?
You're being hard on me.
Hello? Who's there?
Please, can you please get someone else to handle
No,
this call?
hello. You said you're calling personal information from VVM. So why are you calling my husband?
It's
Hello?
regards to one of his accounts.
Oh, is he in debt?
You will smack.
Is he in
Okay.
debt?
Mm-mm.
Is he
No,
in
I
debt?
can't. Craig, can you please get someone else?
No, no, no. Hello, can you please? I don't know who you speak. Craig is not here. I told you he's not here. I'm his husband. Is he in debt? Can you continue speak to me, please?
According to the Poppy Act, we're not allowed to disclose information.
Okay.
Yes, it's personal.
Okay, let's hold on. Hello? Hello?
Yes. This-
Who's speaking?
You're speaking with Nokolo from VVM.
Hi, why are you discussing my personal business with my husband?
I did not disclose any information, sir.
But you said you're calling from VVM. I mean, why must you discuss that with him?
Yes, but I didn't tell him it's in regards to what. I just said it's
Okay.
VVM.
So just be quick. Why did you call me? What do you want?
Why am I calling you? Okay, speaking with Nokolo from VVM. This is in regards to your Truett's account.
Yeah, what about it?
Yes, this is a courtesy call. So could you please confirm your ID number for security check?
750906.
The full ID number, please.
I've given him my date of birth. That should be enough.
Okay, can you also confirm your cell phone number?
Um, 083373. Bloody, bloody, blah.
Okay, thank you. So calls may be recorded for safety. So on this account, you have an outstanding balance of 8,398 rand. Do you acknowledge?
No, but I'm paying you every month. What's wrong with you? Why you want me to pay? I can't afford 8,000 rand.
According to our last conversation, Mr. Nell, there was no payment that was done on this account. You had an arrangement to make a payment of 200 rand on the 26th of August. That's the reason
Yeah,
why
but
I'm phoning you to find out.
I've given you my debit order details. Why are you calling me?
Yes, sir, the debit order arrangement it's for September.
So why are you
Then
calling me now? If I've made an arrangement with with your colleagues.
it's for the payment arrangement for this month, sir, for the current month, which is August. You're
I'm
supposed
sorry.
to,
I told your colleague they can come back next month. They forgave a debit order. So I've already
yes,
made an arrangement. So I don't know why you're calling me.
yes, yes, sir, you did make an arrangement with me last month. It's for next month, but an immediate payment is due this month on your account of 200
No,
rand.
okay, not can't afford it. I'm paying you next month as agreed.
You can't afford 200 rand.
No,
Okay, can you at least make a payment of 150 rand, sir?
150.
Yes,
Okay,
this
sure.
month is an immediate payment, sir.
Okay, so change my debit order to 150, please.
No, the debit order say is for next month going forward.
No, but if I'm paying
This time-
150 now, the debit order must be 150. So make it 150.
No, say it's only going to be this for this month, this 150 rand.
Okay, now then it's
Yes,
sorry. Now just make 150. Make my debit order 150 for next month.
I cannot change the debit order, say. Remember that say you are still paying below the required amount. The required amount on this account, the minimum installment, it's an amount of 860 rand. Already you are paying below the required amount.
Nobody mentioned
Yes,
that to me. I've been paying 200 rand every month. I don't know what you're talking about. Now there's a new number, 860. I don't know what's
I
going on.
spoke to you last month, say you did acknowledge this. Then you told
Uh,
me that you can only
no,
afford 200 rand.
what is sorry? What is your name?
No, Kolo?
Okay, is your name Valerie as well?
No.
So I spoke to Valerie last month. I don't know what you're talking about. Hello,
Yes, hello?
are you there?
Yes, I'm still here, sir.
Okay. So can you close this call, please? I'm going to pay my debit order as agreed.
Okay, so you will come through with this 150 rand as an immediate payment today, sir.
No, I don't know. I didn't make any arrangement for today. I said next month as agreed.
Then please be advised that failing to make the payment, say they'll still accumulate the interest. This
Uh,
account will still accumulate the interest.
Sure.
Yes. I don't know what else to say. Is there any changes to your details, sir, since we last spoke to you?
No,
Nothing. You don't have an alternative number beside this one?
no.
No. Okay, then thank you so much for your time. Then have a good day. You're laughing at me.
Okay, guys, give her a hand.
Eh,
She was
eh,
brave.
eh.
Give her a hand. She was brave. Well done. Okay, so how would you write your call?
Hi, Kona. I was nervous.
Yeah, that's fine. You
I just
didn't know
came
you're
here
gonna
to
be.
answer a question, the
Yeah,
question that you asked about the role play. I wasn't ready.
that's good. That's how it should be. You mustn't be ready. Okay.
Yeah. All
But you
right.
understand. So the new techniques that you work, this is how we normally, this is how what normally happens. We do things like this all the time without thinking. Does it make sense? So you're gonna make a call, and then the next call, and you make another call, because we think we mustn't think about the calls and the accounts anymore. We don't read the accounts anymore. It's not you, I'm saying, my friend. I'm just saying, you understand, because we make so many calls every day. And that is how we fall into traps when debtors want to play tricks with us. So you'll learn shortly when we do I'm going to show you the techniques, how important it is to read the screen to see what information is there. And remember, our job is to be quick to listen, slow to speak. So you're giving. So basically, this is how you do it. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying we're going to show you a better technique. Does it make sense? And guys, I needed to be very careful with your introductions. I know you want to get straight to Craig Nell, but you don't even know if Craig Nell is the person answering the phone. There's nothing wrong in you just asking, may I please speak with blah, 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 blah. Okay? Who's raised their hand? Say agree?
Hi, Craig. So the agents were told to go use the assumptive technique. I know you
Mm,
did training with RCS as well. So because we have a high number of drop calls, that's the reason why they use the assumptive technique in
okay.
order to get the data to admit they are the data. Because a lot of times, even when you listen to the call recordings as well, it's people that are dropping the calls because when you ask, can I speak to, that's when they drop the call. But when you use the assumptive technique and it says, hello, Mr. Craig Nell, how are you? The person is already acknowledging they are the data, and that's when the agent has to carry on.
So we're going to change all of that. Because the assumptive technique sounds great on paper. It hasn't improved our drop calls, by the way. Because the assumptive technique was when I was at VVM. We used it. Does it make sense? The challenge, so the point I'm making with you, that's one of the things we're going to cover in training. What are the reasons people are dropping calls? If someone's intention is not to pay you when they learn that you are from VVM, just stating their name in the introduction, which is what you call the assumptive technique, I need to really understand how that's going to cause you to actually have a call to talk about a PTP, if it makes any sense. So I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong. I'm saying what we're doing now in learning to become smart agents is to now learn to improve on our techniques. Does it make sense? So that is how you do it now. Awesome. But if that was the case, then your drop calls should be dropping, reducing. Right? So I agree. This makes sense?
Yes, it
Or you-
does.
Right. So I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying the reason we're doing what we're doing now is we're challenging and we're now trying to get better at what we're doing. We've learned now from the past there are certain things that works and that doesn't work. One of the things is that, and I do it deliberately in all the calls. I agree. Why? Don't assume the person is the right person. Because you could say, hi, Craig Null, and I say, yeah, cool. And then you start with, and I've done another call with your colleagues just now, and they start talking about the account. That's a trap I'm setting up for you. Does it make sense? I'm setting you up in a trap deliberately for you to break the poppy process. Because if you're using the assumptive technique, meaning you're just going to assume it's Craig now, what do you do if you call in the office and it's a receptionist? What do you do? And some of you are so used to the script of, hi, Craig now, how are you doing? I'm Sagri calling from VVM regarding a Truworths account. Yes, that's beautiful. And the receptionist says, oh, this is interesting. I didn't know Craig how because you didn't check if I was Craig now. You know what I'm saying? So remember, part of the process, if you look at our call flow, we need to identify the right data. Therefore, we've got an ID number, we've got other information. Number two, identify ourselves. And number three, if a person, as a result of you identifying yourself, drops the call, what do you think the chances would have been if you just mentioned a name? Okay. To say a good point, and again, trust me, as I said, this is recorded. Challenge me on it, but the point we're making here is that we've been doing that so long. Is it really giving us the better results we want? And the answer is no. So we're going to have to just change it. So I tested deliberately just to make sure. Ask for Craig now. If they ask you, are you identified? I said, so that's correct. Didn't you say it's Sagri speaking? And I said, Sagri, that I'm calling from this, that, and the other. First, identify the person and so forth. And we'll go through that, so don't stress about it. Okay? Thumbs up. Sagri, you're quiet now. Hello?
Oh, I'm here, Greg.
Okay, cool. Solid. Okay, so just back on the and remember I've not trained you on the new techniques, so don't be hard on yourselves. As I said, training, part of the training is that we have a lot of fun, but now we're going to challenge the things we're doing and we're going to try to do things differently. So please, starting after this training, um, don't start by identifying as a, may I please speak whether the debtor is. It's either they're going to be there or not there. And when they say, yes, it is Craig now speaking, there's your answer, and then you identify yourself. But I'll show you some more techniques on overcoming some of the challenges that you have. Okay, and another common thing that you guys do, that we do at VVM, we give we confuse the debtor with all these amounts. So you mentioned 8,300, then you mentioned something else, and then you mentioned 860, and then you mentioned 200, and then suddenly 150 was okay. What was the purpose of the call, by the way? Somebody? Anybody? Why did we call? Hello, anybody? Any volunteers? What was the main reason for this call? Kwanda. Kwanda, what's the main reason for the call?
The main reason for this call, it was for defaults and a reminder.
Yeah, so they've defaulted already and we are dealing with a reminder. So which one should be focused on?
A default.
You sure about that?
And also the reminder.
So the default is useful. So just to give you some advice, generally, I mean, this default is too far in advance. Normally it would be 2-3 days in advance. Obviously, we've agreed that this would be a reminder call. Right, so obviously your colleague was nervous, and I got her to continue and to do a thing. But the point is, generally with the default, we're going to teach you how to deal with defaulters, or in fact, reminders differently, right? By asking certain questions. It should have been a fairly easy call. Had you confirmed the payment arrangement for September, but the fact that they've defaulted, you could have just brought it in later on if the person, for example, didn't remember that they had a debit order in September, because that was kind of and then you could have said, listen, you're making promises and you're defaulting quite a bit. Let's talk about that. So that could have been another question. So that's why I said earlier on, just before we made the call, I asked your colleague, are there any questions here that you'd like to ask? Is anything standing out? And then most importantly, what is the main reason for calling? Okay. So I don't want you to beat yourselves up. I'm trying to make a point here that there's a huge opportunity for us to do things differently and to therefore get better. That's the main reason for this training. Okay, Kwanda, your hands up? Or is it a thumbs up?
I just want to ask, if you are saying we must forget about the default and ask later, we must just still concentrate on the reminder. Aren't you supposed to just advise the data regarding the missing the payment and the balance being accumulating monthly in areas?
No, I've never said
Remember, Mr. Neil is married, and as much as a married, if ever like he got he's blacklisted or maybe just got debt, and the partner is also like get affected about that.
Okay, now I'm not sure what you're talking about now, but because you're making a lot of assumptions, we didn't get so far on the call. I think the important, just listen
I'm
to it.
asking about the.
Okay,
You are saying we mustn't concentrate on the defaults. We must just remind the data later.
no. So let me tell you, you've listened incorrectly. So let me
Okay.
rectify you. The point we were making when we were preparing for the call, remember, I said to her, this is an unusual kind of account, but the point is, why are we calling? So she said, this is going to be a reminder call, forgetting all the other stuff. Obviously, she's seen information there that he makes arrangements and he defaults. That's a good point. But remember, the main reason you were calling was a reminder. That's all. You can bring up the fact that they defaulted in the past. Nobody said you can't do that. And then when now you're talking about being married and ITC, I would like to address that as well. Please don't read the whole list of consequences. ITC, just move away from this term ITC, please. Right? It's credit bureau, but again, remember what I said to you earlier on. Ask the debtor, does he understand what the consequences are? Because now interest and being listed on the credit bureau is two different consequences. So again, as a smart collector, don't read the whole list of things. Right? But don't worry, we're going to cover this in the session. I wanted just to make you aware of what it sounds like now when you are calling as it is now. Both of so far your colleagues sound clear, concise, doing all the right stuff. It sounds all right, and I didn't say it's wrong. But the question we made earlier on is, remember, SMART stands for strategy. Why are we calling? Always be clear. The purpose for my call can't be five things. Yes, they have defaulted in the past, but we're calling now. This is a reminder call. So be clear, what's the purpose? Segre helped us earlier to say these are the campaigns. A campaign is basically what's the reason for calling. Cool, thumbs up, you get the point we're making. Secondly, there's a lot of information available, such as what they've defaulted in the past. Those are questions I can ask if the debtor, in this case, couldn't remember that they made a promise to pay, couldn't remember that they had a debit order. Then you could say, no, it looks like you're not taking us seriously because you're committing to pay and then you're not making payments. You're committing to pay and you're not making payments. So this is a problem, and we need to kind of solve this problem as quick as possible. Okay. So guys, don't get me wrong. Everything you're saying currently in your pre-smart world sounds right. All we're saying is we're teaching you a new way. Okay, a way where you can look at information, think about it, ask the data questions, and it's going to be uncomfortable, guys. It's going to be uncomfortable because your old way is just telling people the data stuff. He's not asking for information. It is doing the assumptive technique, which often leads to you speaking to the wrong person. Right? Yes, it helps that your conversation might be longer, but they're going to end up either agreeing to making a payment rate which I do not stick to, or different other stories. But we have a problem with our drop calls, and we're going to address it with some new techniques. Okay, I just wanted to create the awareness with you. Cool, thumbs up. Who's the lady that spoke last now? Where is she again? Who just spoke last with us? That's a good question.
Kwanda.
Wanda, turn your mic on, please. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Wanda, you are the collector. I'm the debtor. Same account. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Is there any question that you have on this account? You obviously, the name of the debtor will be me, correct now? Cool. My ID number will be this ID number on the system. Happy? Just look on the account and see if there's anything. And can you tell me what the reason is for this call? Your reason.
Okay. If I would like the data doesn't have in
So you're the
cash
collector.
payment.
I'm the debtor. I apologize. You're the collector.
Okay. You are saying I must state the reason
Yeah.
for the school.
Yeah, yes.
It's the reminder, so I must just be based on the reminder, right?
Yeah. However, I just spoke to you on how to use the other information. If they have defaulted like this one has, that's a question you could ask later. Okay. Let's go through what you would normally do if it's a reminder. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Happy? Do you understand fully what you need to do? This is a now reminder call. There's some information available to you. You can see, for example, there's a lot of reasons given for not paying in the past, financial reasons. Now the person's unemployed, and then they made a payment, in August. So and now there's a debit order in place for September. So are you clear what kind of questions you want to ask?
Yes, I am.
But you're clear on why you're calling.
Yes, I am.
Brilliant. Okay, let's give it a crack. Are you ready? I'll turn my camera down. The phone's ringing. Hello.
Good afternoon. How are you, Mr. May I speak to Mr. Nell?
This is Mr. Nell speaking.
Mr. Nell, how are you doing today?
I'm very well.
I am fine also. You are speaking to Nogwanda. I am calling you from VVM, Debt Collectors. It is in regards of your Twitter account. All right?
I don't have a Truworths account.
Mr. Nell, I just spoke to you. One of my colleagues spoke to you last week, and she got you on this number. I don't understand when you're saying you don't have an Truth account while you said you are Mr. Nell. You did
I am,
confirm you're Mr. Nell.
I am Mr. Now, but I don't have a Truworths account. I didn't speak to anybody last week.
Okay, is it Mr. Truck now?
No, that's my brother.
Okay, I'm just sorry for that. Um, if I may ask, where's Mr. Nell?
He's smoking outside.
Can you kindly just call him for me?
Who may I ask is speaking?
Sorry,
Who may I ask is speaking?
you're speaking to Nogwanda.
And why are you calling?
I just can't disclose any information to the wrong person.
But you said you're calling from VVM.
Yes, I did because I thought you are Mr. Nell when you said you're Mr. Nell, but then you did explain to me that you are not Mr. Trek Nell. You are the brother.
Correct. Okay, I'll give him the phone. Hello,
Hello, Mr. Trek Nell. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Who's speaking?
You're speaking to Nogwanda.
Yep.
Am I speaking to Mr. Trek Nell?
You sure?
I'm calling you from VVM Debt Collectors in regards of your Trades account for verification purposes. Mr. Nell, kindly confirm your full ID number for me.
Um, my date of birth is 750906.
All right, thank you. Can you kindly also confirm your full cell phone number?
0837372 blah 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 blah.
All right, it is confirmed. Note the calls may be recorded for quality and the security purposes. All right,
Yes, why are you
Mr.
calling?
Ne- Mr. Neil, this is a courtesy call to remind you regarding the debit order arrangement that you have made
Yeah,
with of 200 rand, of an amount of 200 rand that you're gonna make on the 25th
on the
of
20th.
September.
Sure.
So, Mr. Neil, can you be able to just make this debit order as a 300 rand?
Now I've agreed on the 200 rand.
Okay. I do understand that you are saying so, Mr. Neil. Another thing that I need to confirm to you, do you have an email address? I see here that there's no email address.
No, I don't have an email address.
Okay. And then, Mr. Neil, I just also got some fantastic news here um, for you.
Yeah.
I see that the current balance of your Trades account, I don't know whether you're currently aware of it, which is 8,393
Yeah.
rand, 98 rand 86 cent. You do qualify for a settlement discount, but then
Mm.
it is valid for this month since it's the 29. If you can make the payment today or tomorrow, you are going to just settle your account. We're going to give you a paid up letter and also clear your name on the credit bureau.
Sorry, I'm going to do what? And I'm going to go where?
We got a 20% settlement discount.
What does that mean?
That means if you pay today or tomorrow, since it's the end of the month, it is valid for this month, there's 20% settlement discount.
What does
We
it
are
mean?
go-
How much is that?
it's uh, it's 7,500 rand and 26 cent.
Nah, I don't have the money.
All right, okay, thank you, Mr. Neil. So, Mr. Neil, make sure that you do make the payment on the 20, the R funds into your account on the 25th of September. All right,
Sure.
into your account. If ever like you are missing the payment, there will be some additional fees and costs that are going to be added into your account, which are going to make your balance, your outstanding balance to accumulate in areas. Non-payment will affect your credit record and your credit profile, which is going to prevent you from making any credits to any store. However, if you are making payment each and every month into your account,
Oh, sorry, I just fell asleep now. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was just advising you on the consequences whereby I was saying, Mr. Drake, if you miss payment, there will be some areas that are going to be added into your account, all right?
Yeah, whatever. Okay, are we done now?
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Trek.
Give a hand, guys. How did you feel about the call?
It was so hard and nervous.
That's fine. We're gonna teach you some new techniques, eh? That's how you
Okay.
normally do it. So you see, there's a lot of positives that came out of it. But the important thing here, again, remember we said listening. It's a long list of things. You close in the call. You've got the deal made, and now you're reading interest, credit bureau, stories. Remember I said just limit it to one thing, right? Number one, the second opportunity that you've missed, my friend. So good on you for offering a discount. That was brilliant. So excellent. Give her a hand, guys. That is very innovative, offering that. But what you missed out, tell them what it is. So currently you owe 8,300. So before you offer discount, make sure you know what it is, right? So you can see the amount, right? So that's cool. So that was great. Just have the amount available, and obviously, but that was a good thing that you brought in there, that you are pushing for a different amount. And obviously, I'm going to teach you when we deal with reminders that in future we're not gonna tell them the amount they owe, how they're gonna pay the date. We're gonna change that, but I don't want to confuse you further. So we're gonna change this whole method of dealing with these accounts. Okay. So again, you're doing what you've been trained. You're doing the other opportunity, my friend, is that you can see at the bottom here. There's some trouble here with these red lines. What is it telling you? Wonder?
It's
Uh,
defaults has like the data
yeah,
wasn't like
debit order
making
history.
sense.
So yeah, there's a debit order problem here.
Yes.
So he's made the commitment for the 25th of the ninth. You must mention that to say, hey, look, thank you for the payment arrangement, but we've got a problem here that, the previous arrangement you made for July, there was insufficient funds. So will there be sufficient funds on the 30th of the 25th of September? Is that a fair question to ask?
Yes, it is.
Right, because
Like,
it's there. It's telling you there's a problem. So you just want to make sure there isn't a problem, right? So just to as a reminder, and remember when you do share information, you're asking questions. And you see, I trapped you again with the introduction.
yes.
So, guys, I
I think
know
it's
this is
because we're just
right.
used to that, just mentioning the company name, saying VVM Debt Collectors.
Yeah, but you ended up speaking to the wrong person again.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, so just be careful, guys. That's what I'm saying. I know it's exactly explain your logic, but we're trying to improve on that. We're trying to get better. Once you've identified Craig Null, yes, it is Craig Null speaking. Right, sir. My name is X. Do you mind just to verify your date of birth, your ID number? Now, 75, right. Now I'm speaking to the right person. Let's get now. I'm calling from VVM, blah, 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 blah. It's just some tricks, guys. You get what I'm saying? Otherwise, I made your call longer unnecessary because I was trying to make you aware that this is still a possibility of you speaking to the wrong person. I can't afford that we break this Poppy Act situation because then we're going to lose this client. Are you guys clear? So even with good intentions and wanting to stop the drop call story, we could be causing a lot of trouble for ourselves. Okay, so it takes one more extra minute. May I please speak with Craig now, whatever language or tone you use. It's Craig. It's Nell speaking. Yes, it is now. Is it Craig now? Yes, it is Craig now. Craig. Then, if it you right, just by way of confirmation, can you just give us your date of birth, please? Then we'll say, who's speaking? No, it's okay. Then I'll say, I'm calling. My name is John. Okay, I'm calling from. Then you can, and then get into the ID number just before you talk about numbers, what they owe, and which account it is. You say, okay, my ID number is 7509. Okay, and guys, go for the date of birth. You can see it. You don't have to go for the whole ID number. Get to business. Okay, you got to the purpose, and okay. My name is. I'm calling from VVM, and I'm calling regarding your Truworths account, and then you can go into it. Your OTHA or this, and I'm just doing a courtesy call. Now you've covered yourself. You've identified yourself. You've identified him. You know it's the right person, and then we get down to business. Okay. And again, you've seen, my friends, there's so much information available right there on the page for you. Use it. Ask questions. Become a smart agent. Okay, but I want to give the two candidates that put they volunteered and took the tough. I just want to let the two of them know, for anybody coming after you, it's only going to get harder for them because they should have learned by your experience. So well done on you for going. Okay, guys, any comments? Let me see how you guys are responding here. The guys are fully quiet. Fats, Fatz. I must get used to this name. Fats, what did you learn today? Fats.
Hi, Craig. It's Fatima.
Yeah, I've got Fats here. That's all I see. So sorry, that's the name you've given.
So, when you're calling the data, you have to be sure on what you're calling for. You need to have your information. So you need to look at the account and you need to see what arrangement has been set and what the if the data defaulted and when the default date was. And if there's an arrangement set already, which is closer to the payment date, focus more on that than the defaults.
Hey, Fats, Fatima, you got Sunday off. You and Kwanda. Well done. And Nokolo. Nokolo, you too. Ronel. Ronel.
Yes, Craig.
How's it?
Well, and you?
Good. What did you get out of this today? Craziness? The new methods, the new techniques coming your way?
Okay, Craig, I learned today that we should always, when we're calling the debtor for the reminder, that we should also let them know of the debit order that we have in place for the new arrangement, that they should always have money available because the previous debit order did fail. So we need to get them on track for the new debit order to run and for our payment to be successful.
Brilliant. Give her a hand, guys. That was well put. You see, it gets better. Kwanda, you see now everybody's coming with cool answers, but you had to pay the price. Valerie, anything from your side? Valerie, turn on that mic, please.
Hi, Craig.
How's it?
Uh,
What did you take out of training today?
Mostly how to handle a hard debtor.
Hey?
How to handle a hard debtor.
And what was that? What did you learn? How to handle a
Yeah, he was really. The agent was really caught off guard. That maybe we didn't even know he was going to handle someone else that was going to be so hard on us, on them. But as well as when you like you want to speak to the debtor, you have to make sure that you're speaking to the rightful person, because we might just start the call and we might be giving information to the wrong person.
Yes, and thank you for that. But I think the important thing, we must be prepared all the time. And when we get too relaxed, we're just going to say the same things. We're just going to repeat the stories. We're not looking at the screen and analyzing, asking questions. But you've learned through that now, so well done. Okay, guys, thank you for your time. It was fun. Really enjoyed it. Please, tomorrow,